NCERT highlights brutality of Mughals in new Class 8 textbooks, adds no blame disclaimer. Babur is depicted as a brutal and ruthless conqueror who slaughtered entire populations of cities, Akbar's reign as a blend of brutality and tolerance, and Aurangzeb as one who demolished temples and gurdwaras. The new Class 8 social science textbook from NCERT, covering the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughals, presents a harsher view of the empire and highlights numerous instances of religious intolerance during that era. NCERT explains the inclusion of these descriptions in a note on some darker periods in history, with one chapter including a cautionary statement that no one should be held responsible today for events of the past. Part 1 of the Class 8 social science book exploring society Indian and Beyond was released this week for the ongoing academic session. The textbook is the first of the new NCERT editions to introduce students to the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughals. According to the Indian Express, this period was introduced to students in Class 7 in earlier years. However, the NCERT said that the period of Indian history that will cover the Delhi Sultanate, the Mughals, and the Marathas will now only be dealt with in Class 8 in the new syllabus. In the new book, the chapter on Indian history discusses the rise and fall of the Delhi Sultanate, the resistance to it, the Vijayanagara Empire, the Mughals and their resistance, and the emergence of the Sikhs. The chapter describes the Sultanate period as the era that was marked by political instability and military campaigns that saw villages and cities being plundered and temples being destroyed. The sections on the Sultanate and the Mughals also point towards the attacks on temples and the brutality of some of the rulers. NCERT has been bringing out new school textbooks in line with the National Education Policy (NEP) 2020 and the National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2023. Swipe left for next video. New books for classes 1 to 4, and classes 6 and 7 have been released so far. Books for classes 5 and 8 are now being made available, Indian Express reported. Latest blogs.